Okay, guys, this is the last video that I'm going to make about Vanessa Guillen. Some people have suggested that we need to let this story go so she can rest in peace. Everything that I'm about to say to you is alleged because these people have not been convicted in a court of law. Let's see. To the family of Vanessa Guillen, my heart goes out to you. I have 3 daughters myself, and I can't imagine losing one of them. Rest in peace, Vanessa. Hold on, guys. All right, this is the Fort Hood Army base where Vanessa Guillen was murdered. And what I want to say is, when this story first broke, nobody was listening to Vanessa Guillen. That's Elder Fernandez. He was also killed. Nobody was listening to the family of Vanessa Guillen until Selma Hayek made a post on her Facebook page. Okay, I'm about to tell you another story. A story of this young 20-year-old man. All right, let's just say that he and Vanessa Guillen were working together that day. The proof is her text messages in her phone. She was texting him numbers on weapons that she was working on. And if she had to text him those numbers, he must have been somewhere else. He wasn't in the room with her. Supposedly, he was across the street from where Vanessa was working at. And after they had finished, he was waiting on her to bring the paperwork. But she never showed up with the paperwork, so I would imagine he went over there to where she was working at to find out what was taking her so long. Let's just say that this young man walked in on somebody who was raping and had murdered Vanessa Guillen. What if that person gave him an order to help clean up that armory? Because I imagine blood was everywhere. I would imagine it was all over the weapons, all over the floor, because they said she was beaten to death. And he was given an order to clean it up. Aaron David Robinson was given an order to clean up that mess. It would have had to take two of them because his clothes would have been covered in blood. It would have taken at least an hour to clean that up because there's no way he could have done all that by himself. So he had to be assisting somebody. And I think the person that he was assisting was CSM Aaron Wheeler, allegedly. He has said that he has no affiliation with the murder of Vanessa Guillen, and anybody who says he does will be sued. But he was her commanding officer. He had to have called her in to work that day. And once they had cleaned up the scene, supposedly this young man placed her in a Pelican briefcase and came back later to move her to another location. And when he put her in the car, he contacted his girlfriend, Cecily Aguilar, who they then proceeded to chop up and burn her body. They placed her body in pieces of her body in several different locations. This is her crime scene. This is the crime scene of Vanessa Guillen. They placed her body in several different locations. But I still think that Aaron David Robinson was covering for somebody. He had to be. I believe he was covering for CSM Aaron Wheeler. I really do. And I really think that they should investigate that, because I can't find a death certificate on David Aaron Robinson. I can't find out where he had an autopsy report. They have truly covered their tracks in the murder of Vanessa Guillen. They have covered their tracks. They said that he killed her because she saw some pictures in his cell phone. Why would she care about pictures in his cell phone? It was her day off. She wanted to finish her work so she could go on with the rest of her day. She wouldn't care about no pictures in his cell phone. Whoever called her in to work called her in with the purpose of raping her. And he had no authority to call Vanessa in on her day off. None. He was not in her, he was not part of her command. They were simply working together that day. The person that you need to be investigating is Aaron Wheeler, because he said that private first class women exist only for his personal pleasure, and only a deviant would think something like that. I can't show you his picture or they will strike down my page. But I think Aaron David Robinson was following orders, and the reason that they had to burn Vanessa Guillen's body and pour lime all over it was to hide DNA. They were trying to get rid of some DNA evidence. Was it Aaron Robinson's DNA evidence, or was it someone else's DNA evidence that they were trying to get rid of? That's just some things to think about. And everything that I'm saying to you is alleged. These people have not been convicted in a court of law. Well, according to the police, he shot himself. Aaron David Robinson killed himself, even though I can't find any evidence of it. But that's just some things to think about. So Natalie Quam, you're their family attorney. You got all the power. Have somebody look into that. Because CSM Aaron Wheeler was stationed on that Fort Hood Army base until July. Vanessa was murdered in April. So they had plenty of time to dot the I's and cross the T's. Okay, guys. Y'all stay healthy and stay blessed, and I'm out.